everyone. My name is Ayman Chaudhary, and I'm the head of Secretariat of the UN Global Compact Network Canada. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our interview series with business leaders. As a network of responsible businesses and as the Canadian chapter of the world's largest corporate sustainability initiative, UN Global Compact, our role here is to inspire more businesses to adopt sustainable practices and contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals, which in short we call the SDGs. For those who are joining us for the first time, this interview series is to showcase outstanding actions that accelerate the global goals undertaken by our network members. Our objective here is to highlight ambitious actions implemented by leaders to fast forward the 2030 agenda through the implementation of the 10 principles of the UN Global Compact. Our aim is also to identify and recognize efforts from companies accelerating the integration of sustainability into their core business management. We keep these interviews short and packed with inspiring information for our audience. We are glad to feature today Faisal Kazi from Siemens Canada as our business leader today. Faisal Kazi is the president and CEO of Siemens Canada. Siemens has been a participant of the UN Global Compact since 2003, and last year Siemens Canada joined our network as a subsidiary. So without further ado, let me welcome our guest today. Hello, Faisal.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It would be great if you kindly share a little bit about Siemens Canada and your role in the organization.
So Siemens Canada is a technology company. We provide solutions in all Canadian sectors, be it the infrastructure sector, transportation sector, be it the industry sector. And we have been present in Canada since 1912. And my role is, as you mentioned, as the CEO of Siemens in Canada.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that introduction. My first question to you is about an interesting sustainability framework that I have seen in Siemens Sustainability Report, which is called the Degree Sustainability Framework, and it includes 14 ambitious ESG targets. Could you please share a little bit more about this framework and why is it important for Siemens?
Yeah, Siemens already had a strong track record in sustainability. We have been leaders on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index with 81 points. We also have a high rating on the MSCI Index. And now we are accelerating our sustainability approach with our Degree framework, which you just mentioned. So Degree framework stands for decarbonization, ethics, governance, resource efficiency, equity, and employability. It constitutes a 360-degree approach for all stakeholders, our people, the customers, suppliers, investors, societies we serve, and most importantly, the planet itself. So this framework sets priorities to answer not only the challenges of today, but focuses on enhancing the quality of life for generations to come. And the basic goal is that we leave our planet stronger than we found it. So for us, Degree represent a whole new level in our commitment to sustainable development, good governance, social responsibility, and protecting the environment. So it's much more than a typical ESG program. It's a holistic approach which addresses almost all the UN Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. So we are actually at Siemens very, very passionate about the environment, about protecting the environment, for caring for the well-being of and health and safety of our employees, but also contributing towards a sustainable future. So for us, it's extremely important now that we decouple the economic growth with the consumption of natural resources. We have to do more with less. So for us as Siemens, innovation is the lifeblood of our company. So naturally, it's inherent for us to apply technology and innovation to make our own activities, but also of our partners and customers more efficient and sustainable through new technologies. So I feel that with new technologies, we can make progress and growth for every society while consuming fewer resources. So technology really has the potential to solve some of the biggest challenges humanity is facing today, like climate change. So we are very focused on that, and we call it at Siemens, we call it technology with purpose. So every day Siemens employees across the world are working hard in protecting people, protecting the environment, fighting climate change. We have more than 20 inventions every day. So that's our way, technology with purpose, to fight the challenges humanity faces today.
That's wonderful. That whole degree sustainability framework sounds like a very robust framework, Faisal. And I would encourage our audience to actually go and download Siemens sustainability report and explore the framework and see if this can be somehow be applied to your organization and find inspiration from this amazing framework that Faisal just mentioned. And Faisal, you also mentioned a lot about the technological innovation and how Siemens is so much focused on using this technology to improve so many different sustainability challenges that we are currently facing in the world. And as you have seen that Canada's latest budget signals strong support for carbon emission reduction technologies. So how does Siemens Canada position itself to support this priority?
Yeah, so as a focused technology company, Siemens is, of course, every day developing technologies that will drive the digital transformation of the industry, of the infrastructure sector, the transportation sector. So we are, I feel, in a very, very good position to support the government of Canada with their priorities, most importantly, because they fully align with our priorities as well as a company. So I do feel we are uniquely positioned to combine the technologies from the real and the digital worlds to empower our customers to transform their businesses, making them smarter, more productive, more efficient, and most importantly, more sustainable, and help them transform their sectors where our customers operate in. So just to give you a few examples, we all spend a lot of time in buildings. And every building has a air conditioning system, it has a lighting system, and usually, it's hardware, it's the physical world. And then usually you set a temperature for a room, which would say, let's say 23 degrees. What we are doing when I said we are combining the physical and digital worlds, if you use sensoric technologies and use data of the building in an anonymous way to see in which room, how many people are, what is the temperature outside, how much light is coming. You can see by combining this intelligence of data together with the physical systems, the lighting systems and the air conditioning system, you can significantly optimize them. So you can reduce their consumption, you can reduce costs, and at the same time, you can reduce the carbon footprint. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing the same thing with our Smart Grid Atlantic project, together with our partners, New Brunswick Power and Nova Scotia Power in Atlantic Canada, a project which is supported by the federal government. So here we are building a powerful cloud-based energy system platform. And this platform will help integrate the renewable energy sources and microgrids into the energy system, and actually allow everyone to participate in the energy market, thus facilitating energy transition. At the same time, we are also making living labs across Canada. So one of the recent examples was the Bishop James Mahoney Catholic School in Saskatchewan, where we have used energy storage, a solar flower that opens and closes with the sun. And we have created a microgrid living lab, which is providing high school students with access to clean tech, help develop hands-on skills, which is needed at the grassroots levels to facilitate energy transition. We are also part of the Canadian Urban Transit Research and Innovation Consortium. Here we are participating in the Pan-Canadian Electric Bus Demonstration and Integration Trial, which is a national coordinated effort to advance zero emissions transit technology. So a lot of our customers like Brampton Transit, York Region Transit, the TransLink City of Vancouver, they're all part of this pilot, and Siemens is providing charging infrastructure for electric buses, basically leading the progress towards a carbon-free transit system. Also in British Columbia, with British Columbia Institute of Technology in Vancouver, we have partnered to provide the first virtual clean energy trailing platform for First Nations. And you may be aware that in rural northern communities are mostly powered with diesel, so which could be detrimental for both the environment, but also for the health of the residents there. So this project, we work directly with the Lutselk'e Dene First Nation in the Northwestern Territories. And so they will be able to remotely access, navigate, control clean energy microgrid environments in real time, giving users hands-on experience without leaving the community. And that is very important for them. So in short, we're using technology to create a tangible impact for now, but also for the future generations.
Sounds so fascinating, Faisal. Thank you so much for sharing this, all these great updates, and for doing all this amazing work using technology. And hopefully, this at the end of the day, we will start seeing some real good benefits in terms of overall carbon reduction in the environment through using all these technologies that you have mentioned. That sounds really fascinating. So my next question to you, Faisal, is about the Sustainable Development Goals. And I'm sure you understand that it is impossible to hit the SDG targets without active contribution from the businesses. So could you please highlight the top 2 or 3 SDGs that Siemens Canada is currently prioritizing and why? And also, what is Siemens Canada's approach to measuring the impact of all these SDGs initiatives?
Yeah. So as a global company which operates in 190 countries, we do feel the responsibility for the long-term challenges the world is facing today. So, and we, as I mentioned, we work with many of the SDGs, but I think the 2 ones, if you ask me for the top 2, would be the SDG 13, which is climate action. And the second one is the SDG 12, which is sustainable consumption and production, which I meant that, doing more with less. These would be the two most important ones for us. So we are one of the few companies which have also signed for the ambitious sustainability initiatives by committing to the 3 special initiatives led by the climate group. So this is the RE100, the renewable energy, 100% renewable energy, the EP100, the energy efficiency, and the EV100, the electric transportation. Right. And in addition, we have joined the Science-Based Targets Initiative, the SBTI. Right. So just to bring some facts, by 2030, we aim our complete electric vehicle to be 100% electric. That's the EV100. We will only lease or own buildings which are which have net zero carbon emissions. That's the EP100 target. We will only source 100% renewable power, the RE100. And I think the bigger thing is also we are pushing this on our supply chains, on our suppliers. So we want to achieve a 20% reduction of emissions by 2030 on our supplier base. And I hope it could be more, but that's what we will force them. We are on a good track. We announced many years ago that we will be carbon neutral by 2030. We take it seriously, we measure it. And on 2020, we were currently on track to meet our 2030 targets. So in principle, what we are looking at is, and which is very important for others as well, the principle of the circular economy to work at our company, and to also eliminate the land waste by 2030. So it goes much beyond our carbon neutral, but looking at the whole circular economy. So it's a very exciting projects we have, and we are executing them.
That is wonderful news, Faisal. And as you have mentioned, like the SDGs, I think the most beautiful part about the SDGs is its interconnectivity with the other goals. So while you're focusing on SDG 12 and 13 maybe, but the work that you're doing to contribute to those goals, definitely going to also solve other issues related to some of the other goals that we have here.
Absolutely.
But this is great news, Faisal. Thank you so much for sharing those with us. As you're mentioning those goals, Faisal, so as a UN Global Compact representative, I wanted to learn from you, like with all the plans that you have, with all the commitment that you have around sustainability, how do you think, from your perspective, how do you think that UN Global Compact is supporting your organization to strengthen your commitment to advance its sustainability goals?
That's a great question. And so, sustainability goals, achieving them, it's a huge undertaking, and that requires strategy. It requires alignment. It requires focus. So I strongly feel that we need organizations like the UN Global Compact to be a North Star bring together people, bring together organizations, so we can work together, with the global alliances like UN Global Compact, and in collaboration with public, private, and institutional sectors, we can together develop principles and rules and solutions to sustain up sustainability transformation, not only in Canada, but worldwide. So I think it is extremely important, the work you are doing. Siemens wants to continue to encourage the change, to transform the everyday. We want to be part of all these initiatives today and also in the future, because I think we all need to understand that we all need to work hard and work together if we want to make progress. And the UN Compact Organization is basically, is the gel which brings different organizations from different sectors together. So it's a key role I think you are playing, and we look forward to working together with you.
That's amazing to hear, Faisal. Thank you so much for sharing that information and for sharing your thoughts with us, and for staying so committed and engaged with us to strengthen your commitment to sustainability. I'm sure, Faisal, we'll hear more amazing news coming out from Siemens Canada, communicating the commitment to sustainability and the SDGs. So with that, I'd like to conclude today's interview series. Thank you all for listening to today's session. I welcome you to attend the next one. Please stay tuned and have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.